Hello, welcome to a commentary for Lawbreakers. The match kind of starts out slow. I don't pick Battle Medic right away, where, as you can see, there's someone playing Battle Medic already. So I'm going to end up playing a couple classes, and then eventually I will play Battle Medic. So I'm going to put a link to when I do actually start playing Battle Medic, if that's the part where you want to see. The match is going to start out to a slow start, but if you're like me, you like watching the entire match to analyze what went wrong, what we could have done better, and what we were doing well. So I'm going to leave this part in, but if you choose to skip to where I start playing support properly, you can certainly do that. So playing Vanguard, I honestly don't really know this class all that well. This is uplink. This game mode is kind of like capture the flag. You go to the center of the map, you'll fight out for the flag or intelligence or important thing. You take it to your base, but once you take it to your base, it's not an automatic point. You're supposed to have it at your base long enough for the bar on the top of the screen to fill up to 100%. Once it fills up to 100%, then your team gets a point. So best out of 3, as you can see. And me trying to understand how Vanguard works, I honestly don't have a lot of experience playing the other classes in Lawbreakers thus far. I haven't really put much time into playing the classes, getting some practice, aside from playing Titan and Battle Medic. From my experience from playing Team Fortress 2, I have a lot of experience with. I seem to do fairly well with playing Battle Medic. Their grenade launcher is quite similar to the Devilman's grenade launcher, and you can play your practice of playing Soldier, as you'll see later in the match. But what I was trying to do here was I'm trying to find a way to get to the uplink and find a way how to take it, because I was fighting off the team fairly well, I was able to take out one guy, but it was 4 versus 1 for a moment, so I really didn't really have a chance of taking the intel long enough, because you have to be around it long enough for you to be able to capture it. So I was trying to figure out, like, what can I do? I do have this minigun on my arm, and I do seem to be able to go quite fast. And this character is kind of like I'm not even sure what you call it. You go in the air and you can do like a strike at somebody, but there's just way too many people camping the point right now. So it wasn't really working out, so I decided to change class. It seemed like I keep going for the objective, but I'm not able to capture it all. So maybe go for a really heavy character, someone who can tank a lot of damage. So I usually play Titan, but maybe give Juggernaut, where their ultimate is where they put on more armor. They're more weighty. It seems I figured I'd give that a try. He does have a shotgun. He can't really fly around unless you really put some force into it. And he can deploy the wall, so I was trying to get a bit of an understanding of how that worked. I was trying to block some shots, but the other team seems to have a lot of practice, like landing headshot after headshot and landing shots at me no matter how far I am. Like, they're playing classes where skill shots like that seem to really pay off for them. So I was focusing on just playing the objective. I wasn't too concerned about getting kills, because the majority of the team was around the objective anyway. So I put on my ultimate here, so I'm putting on more armor, but as you can see, I'm taking way too much damage to really make a difference there. I'm not quite sure what I could have done. And I'm trying to think, like, okay, it doesn't seem to be really working out in that case, but I don't think I quite make the choice to switch to Battle Medic. I'm trying to say, like, okay, maybe I'll just keep trying it to see what happens. But usually that doesn't always seem to work. And what I did learn in this match is the blind fire. That's blind fire is what you're seeing there. That's when you shoot behind you, and it is blind fire. You can shoot someone who's right behind you without having to actually turn around and fight them. But it's also really useful for giving yourself force when you're in the low gravity zones. So that is something to really consider. I was considering playing Harrier. I've been reading that Harrier is a support class that can deploy healing stations, or I think refills their health, and I'm not entirely sure what yet. This shows you how much research I've done into everyone except for Battle Medic. So at this point, it was really difficult to make a push, and I wasn't really doing that good of a job playing Juggernaut. But I think I give it one more try, make use of my ultimate at the very least, and getting a grip on the blind fire. So it's a really effective way to get across the map pretty quickly if you have some shots that you can use. So I'm trying to get in there, trying to lay down some heavy fire on the other team. but I don't think it doesn't really make much difference because usually I'm the only one making a push, or I'm in a position where my team can't really back me up in that regard. Like someone comes in trying to help them, and I did manage to get one guy there, but one of my teammates died, and then I died right after that. So it seems like despite having all that health and being able to have armor and really close up damage, seeing that someone else is playing Juggernaut, I think at this point, yep. Okay, this is the part where I finally decided to play Battle Medic. And this is my comfort zone, someone who I feel confident playing as. So seeing that we have some other people who seem to have good control of their speed, someone who can tank lots of damage, someone else being a Juggernaut. Seeing that my team is getting picked off pretty badly. The other team is nearly getting to 2 points on their score. And mostly just trying to find my teammates and keep them alive. And I learned a lesson to look up in this game, because you can see it. I didn't see it when I was playing, but I'm gonna get picked off really badly here, all because I wasn't looking upwards. And someone's just standing there and they're just shooting downwards. You can see the bullets fly, and I just got shot down very badly. So I learned a pretty good lesson in that little spare. And seeing, okay, the other team isn't doing too bad, but just going in and just trying to get the objective isn't doing all much of a difference. So it seems to me like maybe because I can see my tank is taking a lot of damage, more than they can sustain really, so it's not really doing a lot well. And so I tried to deal with this problem, this guy, because being up on the high ground and trying to lay my shots. My experience from playing Soldier from TF2 is don't try to go for direct hits all the time. If you're able to, just shoot at their feet if they're on the ground, and just go for that splash damage, if you will. And my cat's making a mess on everything around me. That's okay. And I keep forgetting this, but someone left a comment on it too. The Battle Medic has a secondary pistol as well, but I keep forgetting that it exists. Like there are lots of times in this match where I'm trying to land direct hits on people who are airborne. I never land my shots. Like this right here, I could have just tried to run towards my teammates or use my melee, use my kick, take care of that guy. But lots of times where if someone's too close or they're too far away, maybe it's better if I just use my pistol and try to fight them off that way. And trying to see what I can do here, try to help someone out. Like right there, I could have just used my pistol, even just chip some damage off them. That could have made a difference there too. But I'm also trying to watch my back too. Right there again, could have used my pistol. Like when you record your matches and you rewatch them, it's a really good way to analyze your mistakes and see like, okay, I noticed I made some mistakes. I could have used my secondary weapon. I could have turned around at this point here. Like right here, I saw somebody was on my teammate, got a direct shot on him because aiming towards the ground is kind of it. Just aiming on the ground towards this guy, and I was able to fight off two guys in a row just like that from using awareness, using the walls, using the ground, and trying to keep a distance so I can land direct hits if possible on the other team. And try not to get too greedy with getting kills. If I see my teammates are taking damage, try to care for them first, and then try to start dealing damage to their team. Like seeing someone who is very, very low. I don't know if I even get to this person, but if both my drones are being used and my teammates seem to be in best care that I can provide at the moment, maybe then start shooting at the enemy. And just in case, just lay a defense grid. That's the Battle Medic's ultimate. You just lay down a grid. You can't shoot out of it, but no one can shoot into it. So it's a really good way to give yourself some breathing room. If there's lots of people laying down heavy fire on you, kind of gives you a chance to kind of catch your feet and try to get a better grasp on things. Like give yourself a few seconds to make a plan. So being able to give everybody healing, give suppressive fire, being able to land my shots really well allows our team to get a point. The enemy team is about to get their second point, and we're trying to prevent that, of course. And you have to be careful not to get out of bounds too. I think you start taking a lot of damage over time, but I haven't tried to stay out of bounds to really test that. I am trying to keep an eye on our Juggernaut, try to provide assist fire if anything. and just trying to just make it easy for them to go and tank damage, because it's important for him to tank damage because he can sustain the longest out of any of us. If someone's going to be the main focus, of course it's got to be a tank. So the way it's always been, you got to try to keep your tank alive for as long as possible. And they're not doing bad of a job. Like, it's just that this team is doing really well with landing their shots, and they seem to be coordinating quite well, going after that guy. It was kind of a tough spot for me to decide what to do there. I wasn't quite sure if I should try to protect the objective or try to protect myself. But one nice thing about this game, the respawn's not too long, so if you make a mistake and get killed off, it's not too big of a deal. And I got a melee kill there. I was quite proud of myself, but I didn't live for very long after that. But if you do make a melee kill on somebody, your footprint gets left on their screen, so it's really satisfying getting a kill if you're able to do a melee kick like that. And yeah, just when I tried to heal our tank, he got taken out there. So it's really a lot of habits from other Quake-like games you can apply to this game, which I love to get to. Like I've gotten over 1,000 hours in Team Fortress 2, and I find that a lot of my practices I've learned from that game, I can apply it to this game, which is probably why I really do enjoy this game. I keep coming back to it. Like when I was playing the previous free weekend, I played about, let me think. I think I played about 5 hours of it, and I had such a good time playing it, I decided to buy Lawbreakers when it was on sale, because I felt that it was worth that amount of time that I put into it. I was really having that good of a time. But in between the free weekends, I was having trouble with getting to a match. I'm not going to ignore that. That is an issue that the game is having right now. There's not a lot of people playing it. The first free weekend, the amount of people playing it, there was the Call of Duty public beta going on, so there wasn't a whole lot of people playing it. I think that was the biggest reason why a lot of people weren't playing it. And not a lot of people were into this game either. I can kind of see that. It is a little difficult to kind of... for me, it's interesting to watch. I find with having the enemy being outlined like that, it's easy for me to see the colors and be able to react in time. I find that perhaps with my attention span, or if you have the reflexes, you're able to just react to the color and not have to worry too much about the silhouette. So it seems like a lot of my habits I've developed in Team Fortress 2 carry over to this game quite well, because I don't play as much Overwatch as I used to. I don't feel I'm addicted to Overwatch anymore. I've just been playing other games, but Astronauts doesn't scratch the itch that Lawbreakers seems to be fulfilling for a first-person shooter, like playing a first-person shooter and a MOBA style game, like a Dota style game like Astronauts. Like Astronauts is its own thing that I can come back to every once in a while and have a good time. Like have a good time streaming it. Lawbreakers is kind of a gamble to stream because I don't know if I'm going to be waiting 5 minutes or 15 minutes or even more to get into a match. So there's a cat making a noise. For the time being, I really feel that for Lawbreakers at least, until the matchmaking can get into a point where it doesn't take more than 5 or 10 minutes, I feel that the best way to give coverage for this game and be constructive of it at least is to do these commentaries. But I really hope that the game can get to the point where people can stream it and not have to wait too long to provide matches, because you don't want your audience having to wait 20 minutes in between. Like, what are they gonna do? Like, they're gonna tune out to a different channel. So I'm kind of curious to see what the free weekend's gonna be like on Twitch, because I'd be very happy to stream this game, but I'm worried that there's gonna be a lot of people streaming it though. So if there are a lot of people streaming it, I'm probably just not gonna bother. I'll play something else. But I will try to record as many matches as I can and provide some commentary. I will hopefully get some more practice with the air classes and provide more gameplay as Battle Medic. And as you can see, we're nearly at the point where we're at 3 points, getting the victory. I decided to go grab the uplink, just run to the base pretty much. Lots of pressure on me to get me killed, lay down my defense grid, and we're at the point where we pretty much win. I feel that there was lots of good moments in this match, but I made a lot of mistakes in this match as well. Like, I need to really practice with the other classes and get a good understanding of how they function in order to better help my teammates when I play Battle Medic. But if you, like I said before, if you played games like Team Fortress 2 or other Quake style games, this is a game that you can really get into. I think this game, it's fulfilling something for me. Like, I'm really enjoying it, and I hope that a lot of people will give this if you haven't before, give this game a try during free weekend. It's 50% off, I think. So if you want to, give it a try. But I know it doesn't really seem to fulfill it for everybody, so I understand that. So yeah, I'll be playing lots of Battle Medic, more Battle Medic videos to come, hopefully. So that's all for now. Thanks very much for watching.